wait for 1 second story. So my wife told me not to take Diego to Costco on Saturday. She was like, Carlos, it's gonna be packed and he's gonna be all over the place. But I was feeling confident, you know? I'm his dad. I got this. What's the worst that could happen? I said. Famous last words. Diego's 4, and he's usually pretty good when we go shopping. He sits in the cart, asks for snacks, points at stuff he wants. Normal kid behavior. So we get to Costco, and it's exactly as crazy as my wife said it would be. People everywhere, carts blocking every aisle, kids screaming. But Diego was being an angel, just chilling in the cart eating the free samples. We made it through groceries fine. Got the bulk toilet paper, the giant bag of chips, all that Costco stuff you don't really need but buy anyway. Then we hit the electronics section because I wanted to check out the TVs. There was this massive 75-inch TV on display, and I'm thinking maybe it's time to upgrade our old one. I lean over to read the price tag, and that's when it happened. The 1 second, the moment every parent dreads. I looked away for literally 1 second to compare prices, and when I turned around, the cart was empty. Diego was gone. My heart just dropped. You know that feeling when your stomach falls through the floor? That was me. I started calling his name, looking around the electronics section. Nothing. Then I heard this little giggle echoing from somewhere in the distance. I followed the sound and saw him, this little orange blur running toward the back of the store. Not just running, sprinting, like he was being chased by ice cream or something. And what was he running toward? A freaking forklift. One of those massive yellow ones they use to move pallets around. I took off after him yelling, Diego! Loud enough that half the store turned to look at me. But this kid was fast. He was dodging shopping carts, weaving between people, having the time of his life. Meanwhile, I'm having a full panic attack, imagining all the ways this could go wrong. The worst part? He made it to one of those employee doors that leads to the warehouse section. You know, where they tell customers not to go? Yeah, that one. And somehow, this door was propped open because an employee had just walked through it. Diego slipped right through like he owned the place. By the time I got there, the door had closed behind him. I grabbed the handle and pulled. Locked. Of course it's locked. I'm banging on this door, yelling for someone to open it, while I can hear Diego giggling on the other side. Inside the warehouse, Diego was living his best life. He found that forklift, and to him, it was like finding a real-life transformer. The operator was moving pallets, totally focused on his work, and had no idea there was a 4-year-old kid running around behind him, laughing and trying to keep up. I'm still pounding on the door when finally, another employee comes over and opens it. I burst through like I'm on some kind of rescue mission. The warehouse is huge, with these massive shelves and machinery everywhere, and there's my son, running in circles around a moving forklift like it's a carnival ride. The forklift operator still hadn't seen him, but then another worker across the warehouse spotted Diego and screamed, Stop! There's a kid! The operator hit the brakes so hard, the whole forklift jerked forward. Diego thought this was hilarious and started clapping. I ran over and grabbed him like I was making a tackle in the Super Bowl, just scooped him up and held him tight while my heart tried to return to normal speed. Diego was confused why I looked so scared. To him, this was the best adventure ever. The warehouse supervisor was not amused at all. This guy comes over with the most serious face I've ever seen and asks what happened. I tried to explain, but honestly, what do you say? Sorry, my kid escaped and almost got run over by heavy machinery while I was TV shopping. They had to file an incident report. Security showed up. A manager came down from the office upstairs. Diego wasn't hurt, thank God, but apparently, this was a huge deal for the store. Insurance stuff, liability issues, all that corporate nightmare stuff. I had to sign paperwork saying I understood the dangers and that my family wouldn't sue if something had happened. They made me read this whole waiver about warehouse safety and keeping children supervised. It was humiliating. Meanwhile, Diego was asking if we could go see the forklift again.